Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. Welcome back to my channel, Sew with UJ. So today we are making the second part of the ball gown tutorial. This is the complete tutorial. Remember, we already dropped the part 1. If you've not seen it, go to my channel, Sew with UJ. You'll see it, how to make a ball gown. Very detailed tutorial is there. So thank you to my returning subscribers. God bless you. Don't forget to drop your comments, your observations. Just drop it in the comment section. Okay, they are all welcome. And to those who have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe, do well to share, do well to like this video. Okay, so if this is what you are interested in, this is a ball gown tutorial, the complete video, then keep on watching. Let's go. Okay, now this is I want to make gathers for the down parts. The down part will have gathers, that will be, which is the net. I'll have the satin and I'll have the lining part of it. So the down part will have like 3 parts, including the hard net. So this is the net. Yes, the net. I want to gather it. Now you see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use my needle to gather. Now my manual machine could not gather it. So what I'm trying to say is that you can actually make gathers with your machine. There are some manual machines that let you gather your fabrics, but mine doesn't gather net. Anything net, it doesn't. And my industrial sewing machine is for now is not working. He's not working for now. For reasons beyond me, I can't make use of it. That's just it. So instead of me to just sit down and say, oh, I cannot sew, I cannot make gathers, I cannot gather nets because my machine can't do that. No, I have to make use of my hand needle and my thread. So just watch how I'm going to do that. It's very simple. Yes, in as much as it takes time, but it's very simple. So I've put I've passed my thread through the needle. Please, while doing this, make sure the thread is very long. Make sure the thread is very, very long. Okay, don't double the thread, it will just be single. So once you are done passing it through the needle, then you tie, as you knot the mouth so that it won't pull out when you are making the gathers. Okay, so that's it. Just watch what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, now I have to start gathering. So I'm making the gathers. You see the way I'm doing it. Okay. Just follow what I'm doing. Please, if you cannot gather for long before bringing out the needle, just when you gather, you bring it out, you continue. But if you can gather for long, like gather plenty of it before you bring out your needle, fine. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. Please let the needle be at the upper side before you bring it out. That's the part that is facing you. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. before you pull it out. Okay, so this is it. That's what you're going to do. You continue doing that to you continue gathering till you get to the end of the fabric. Okay, now we are done gathering. So now I want to look at what I'll do. You see where I hang one part of the this thing of the thread. Now I did that because there is nobody to help. If you have somebody to help you, someone can help you hold it at the other end. Now this part I'm doing now, even if you use your machine to gather, you still do it with your hand. Okay, you see what I'm doing now? I'm trying to arrange it. I'm trying to arrange it so that it will correspond to our waist. Okay, look at what I'm doing. I'm using the upper part, that's the half cut, which I've already shaped, including the zipper allowance. I'm using it to check, to cross-check that it's equal. Okay, just look at what I'm doing now. You see, I'm checking. I think now it's complete. It's okay. So that is how you're going to do it. So like I said earlier, even if you use your machine to gather, you still go through this process of trying to arrange it. It's either someone helps you to hold it or you look for somewhere and hang it. Okay, now this is the satin. So I already gathered it. I've done the same thing I did to the net to it. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so I want to do the same thing. I want to arrange the gathers so that it will be equal to the waist of the half cuts. So you see, this one will be a little bit easier because the length is not the same with the net. The net is longer. The net, I think we have 6 years. Yeah, 6 years. I folded it into two. I think so that making it 12 years. But those satin, I think satin was 2 or 3 years. Yeah, just check the beginning of the video. You will see how many years of satin that was used. Okay, so this is it. I'm also arranging it. Okay. So you see, you can make your bulk, and even when you don't have anybody to assist you, do the gathering and all that. Okay. So now I'm going to check it also with the half cut to know if it's equal, if the length is long enough. Okay. So we are done with that. Now I want to place the half cut to the net and sew. Now on a norms, what I'm supposed to do is to take this net to the machine and sew it, use my and secure the gather so that it won't lose. But because sometimes when you are doing that on the machine, it ends up scattering. So that's why I use this method I want to show you guys now. I always use my gum. See, this is my gum. We have different types of gum. Use any one you have or anyone that is available to you. So I'll use it and I'll first of all hold the half cut to the length, to the net, the gathered net. So see what I'm doing. Okay, I'll put it round. Okay, just like that. Okay, after that I'll use the half cut. Now it will be front side facing front side. Yes, just like the way I'm going to sew it. So I'm going to secure it with that gum first before taking it to the sewing machine to stitch. Okay, please, before you do that, arrange it very well. Make sure it's arranged because once you sew, you remember you're putting gum. Once you sew, it will be very difficult to lose it. It will be difficult to lose after sewing. So you need to be very careful before sewing it. So now you see it cannot remove again. So now we are in the sewing machine. We have to stitch this. Okay, we'll just sew on it. Please, while you sew, remember to arrange your gathers, the net. Remember to arrange it so that there won't be any mistake after sewing, because this thing will be very, very difficult for you to lose. You might end up scattering the gathers and starting all over. So it's better you arrange it while sewing. Just take your time, don't rush it. You see the way I'm arranging the gathers? I arrange and sew, I arrange and sew, okay, till I was done sewing it, okay? So that is it about that. Okay, so now I think we have to work on this. So look at what it looks like. You see our gown is making sense, small small. Okay, so that is it. Now we have to work on the satin. Yes, we have to sew the satin to the gown. So this is our satin. We have to secure the gather so that it won't lose. Remember the other one we used gum, but this one we're going to sew. Yes, we're going to sew on the satin, on the gathers, that gathers we made on the satin. We're going to sew on it, we just stitch on it so that it won't scatter while joining it to the gown. That's just it. Okay, so that is that. Okay, we are done with that. So now we're going to attach our satin to our gown. That is what we are going to do now. Okay, so now, okay, before then I forgot, we've not folded the edges. That's down part of the satin. Yes, we've not hemmed it. Okay, please forgive me, but we've not hemmed it. So now we're going to hem it. We just use half an inch to fold it. Okay, we use half an inch to fold it. We use half an inch to attach it to the gown. That's making it 1 inch allowance. Okay, so this is it. We're just going to fold it. Yes, there are some people that they weave that down part, they weave it anyone you want to do, but I prefer folding my own. Okay, okay, so that's it about that. So I think at this stage now we're going to attach our satin to our gown. So you see our satin, remember that we're attaching it on the wrong side of the gown. That's the down part, but the wrong side. Now, but the satin will be right side facing wrong side. The right side of the satin facing the wrong side of the gown. Don't know if you understand me, okay? The right side of the gown, of the satin facing the wrong side of the gown. That's the way we are going to sew it. So just place it and sew. And please, while you are sewing, do well to arrange. I know why I'm hammering on this arrange, 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 because ball gown, oh God, anything that will make you lose a ball gown, it's something else. So it's better you take your time. So arrange the net, arrange the gathers, so it's let it take your time. Then after sewing, after rushing it, then you end up trying to lose. That's the most painful part of it. And maybe in the process of losing, you end up scattering everything, especially the gathers. That means you have to start all over. So please do well to gather and to arrange. while you sew. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is it. This is what our gown is looking like. You see, it's coming out fine. Small, 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 small. The gown is making sense. Okay, so that is it about that. So now we are going to work on the zip. Yeah, the zipper. We're going to fix the zipper to it. Remember, we've not even touched our lining. What we are sewing is already made standard. Yes, that is what we are sewing. So now we are going to fix our zipper. So now we are going to put this cloth together like this, front side facing, sorry, right side facing right side. You see it? Okay, right side facing right side. Now we'll go to the half cut. That place where the upper part and the down part join. We use our pin to hold it. Secure it with our pin. We use our pin to hold it. Okay, just like I did. That's that half cut where the half cut and the upper side and the down side where they join together. We hold it. Now for the down part, we want to sew it. But first of all, we are going to mark where our zipper will stop, where our zip will stop. Okay, if this should be like if this should be for an adult, what I normally do is from the waist I'll go down to the hip length, which is sometimes 9, 8.5 or 8 depending. But this one now I'm going to use 7.5. Yes, I use 7.5 for this child. That's what I used as the hip length. Yes, and that is where our zipper will stop. That's where the zip will stop. Okay, so from that 7.5 now, I will shape downward. I'll close it down. The remaining allowance there, I'll close it down. Now I'm going to sew the net first. After sewing the net, I will sew the satin. If you like, you can sew it together. Sometimes I sew it together, both the satin and the net. The reason why I'm explaining this because maybe you come across my video, another tutorial, and you'll be like, she said this in that video, and in this video she's doing something else. No, one thing about tailoring is this: you can be working, something will just come to your head, you just make use of it. That doesn't mean it's wrong, as long as it's right and it's going to give you the end the end will be okay, like the end product is going to come out fine, then no problem. So like I said, it's either you join the net first, or you join both the net and the satin together. That's from that 7.5 downward. Okay, that's just what I'm doing here. Okay, we are done with that. So now we are turning our gown to the right side so that we can fix our zip. Okay, so that is it. So you see how it is. Okay, so this is it. So now we're going to fix our zipper. So we'll remove our pin. Please remember to take out pins when making clothes, especially children wears, because there are so many things you need to pin down. Remember to take out the pins when you are done sewing, or as you're sewing. Once there is no need for it again, just remove it. Okay, so now we're going to fix our zipper. I'm trying to remove the stones on the cloth so that it won't break my needle. Okay, so this is it. Now first of all, I'll take the zip to where it will stop so that I'll know what I'll cut off. Okay, So I will take it up. Okay, so I've seen where our zip is going to start from. Remember the zipper allowance we left, white cotton. That's what we are going to use in sewing the zip. Okay, if you have zipper foot, there is a foot for fixing zip. You can make use of it. I use my normal footer to fix my zip. Okay, so we're going to sew one side of it. Okay, so we're done sewing it. So now to sew the other side, I'm going to turn the cloth. So to see it, I'm going to turn the cloth inside out. Like I'll bring out the wrong side in order for me to fix the zipper well. If you can fix it the way it was, fine, there is no problem. But this is what works for me. So I've turned it. So what I'm going to do now is that I'll make sure the half cuts, that joining, the two joining are equal. You see the way I'm doing it? I'll put it together, making sure they are equal. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to check my zipper allowance to make sure I don't exceed that so that the gown won't be tight after sewing. That's the waist won't reduce. Okay, so I'll put it together. I'll use my pin to secure that. I'll hold it with my pin. Okay. Okay, so after doing that now, it's either you sew towards the upper side or towards the down part. Any method that works for you, you use it to sew the zip. Okay, so I'm still using my pin to hold it so that it won't shift while I sew. So this is it. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure the two joining at the back will be equal. One won't be up, the other one will be down. Okay, so that's it. So now I'm going to sew. It's either you sew upward or you sew downward, anyhow you want. But please, before you sew, make sure you arrange your net very well. If not, after sewing, the net from the other side, that's the left hand side, will end up covering the net, end up covering the zip on the other side. So that is why you see me, I'm taking my time to arrange the net and the satin before I start sewing the zip. Okay? If you've worked with a ball gown before, you will know. If you've sewn a ball gown, you know that ball gown might look so simple, but it takes time. You need a lot of patience, a lot of tolerance, a lot of endurance. If not, you will sew and lose. And where there is problem is in the losing. It's not even in the sewing. When you are trying to lose a ball gown, oh, let's not just go there. Let's continue sewing what we are sewing. Okay, so this is it. I'm trying to hold it down with my pin. I know some people say, they can't sew with pins, or they've passed that level. No problem. Me, I've not passed that level. I'm still on that level. I sew with my pins. I hold where I'm supposed to hold. It's better you make use of your pins than to sew and lose. Okay, so with this method now of me using my pins to hold it down, I can sew downward, I can sew upward, anyhow I want. So this is it. Please, while you sew, make sure you don't sew on the pins so that it won't break your needle. And if it breaks the needle, it might end up inflicting injuries on you. So that's just it. So we're going to sew now. Okay, we are done with the zip. So now we'll turn it to the right side so that we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so this is it. We're done sewing our zip. This is what it looks like, you see. That joining the equal. So you see, that was why we used our pin to hold it. Please don't forget to take out your pins after sewing. Don't forget that. So look at what our gown look like. So what's remaining now is to put our lining and our hard net. So this is our lining. So, and that is our hard net. That's our lining. We are trying to check how many years. I think that's 2 years of lining. Be 1.5. Okay, you can make use of two, but please, it should be more than 1 yard so that it won't be tight when they wear it. Okay, so that's the half cut. So now for our lining, we're going to do minus the half length to get our lining. Now our whatever we have on the satin, we'll minus 2 inches. If our satin is 15, that's minus half length 15. Then we'll minus 2 inches from the 15 to get our lining length. Okay, now we're going to mark where we want our hard net to start from. I don't always start my hard net from the waist, no. I come down. From the waist, I either go down by 5 inches, 10 inches, depending on how long the gown is. So you see where this one is starting from now. So you see it, okay? So now that's the wrong side. We're going to fold the lining. We'll hem it. After folding the lining, we'll join it to the half cut. After joining it to the half cut, then we sew the hard net on it, just like we've done. So you see it. So this is why, please, while sewing the lining to the half cut, I had to pleat it in order to make sure that the whole lining enters the half cut. Okay, you pleat it or you do gathers, anyone you like. So see, this is it. I had to pleat the lining in order to enter the half cut. So now we're going to join the lining to the main dress. So I'm taking measurement of where our zipper stop. So you see where it stopped? It stopped at 21. So now I'll go to our lining, take the same measurement. Okay. So from where it stops on the lining, I'm going to close it down. I'll sew it down, just like we did when we are before putting zipper on the main dress. Okay, so that's it. So this is it. Okay, see, I've marked it. I'll sew it down. I'll close it down. Okay. Okay, we are done with that. So now we are going to turn our main gown with our lining. Okay, for this we will need our hemming gum. So this is our hemming gum. There is a black one. I think we have black and white. So you can still, maybe when you go to market and say you need hemming gum and they give you the black one, there's a black one of it. So that's the hemming gum. Okay, so we'll cut it out. Now we're going to place our gown right side facing right side, the gown and the lining. First of all, open up the zip. Okay, so this is it. I purposely didn't cut out that excess zipper till when I'm done sewing, so that I'll make sure everything is equal before I cut it out. So I'll not have reason to be like, hey, I've made a mistake. So now I'll place it right side facing right side. Now we are sewing from the shoulder. Abi, yeah. From one shoulder to the other. So from one shoulder, it will go from the front neck to the back neck, round. We're sewing it round from one shoulder to the other side. So we'll place our hemming gum under it. Okay, so now we're going to sew. Please, while sewing, make sure you sew it at least half an inch. Reason being that if you don't do it like that, if you sew very small, it will end up pulling out. Maybe when they wear it once, even say before even deliver it to the client, you notice that it's already pulling out. So sew with at least half an inch. Okay, I'm done sewing. So now reason why I put that hemming gum is because when I'm done sewing, when I turn it and iron it, it will be able to relax. So now I'm going to sew the zipper area the same way I place it front side facing front side. See, that's the zipper area. That's the front side, okay? So this is our lining. That's the front side. Front side facing front side. We're going to sew it down to where the satin stops. That's where the lining ends. Okay? This one we're not putting any hemming gum. No, we're not putting any hemming gum. You just sew it the way it is. Just sew it down. Okay? So we are done sewing this. Okay? So now we'll turn the cloth inside in order to sew the other side of the zip. Remember when we are attaching our zipper to the main fabric, that's the main gown. After sewing one side of the zip, we turn the cloth inside in order to sew the other side. That's the same thing we are doing here. We have to turn it inside in order to sew join the other part of the gown to the lining. So we are done doing that. So now we'll turn it again. Okay, so this is it. This is what it looks like. So now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to notch that neck area. First of all, cut out this zipper. That's the zip excess. We'll cut it out. Now we're going to notch the neck area. From one shoulder to the other shoulder. That's around the neck. We're going to notch it. All these things we are doing so that it will be able to relax when you turn it. Okay? So we'll notch it around. Okay, so we are done with that. We didn't notch the zipper side. No, we don't need to notch that. So we're going to turn it. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, our gown is coming out. It's looking beautiful. So what is remaining now is the armhole, to turn the armhole. So this is what our gown looks like. Are you seeing it? This is called total inseam sewing. So this is what it looks like. So now we're going to turn the armhole. Okay, so look at what the inside looks like. Okay, so that is it about that. So now we'll turn it again inside. We'll turn the gown inside, showing the lining parts. Please, this armhole turning is very, very important. If possible, you can go over it in order for you to understand it. Don't rush it. This particular place is very, very important. This armhole we are going to turn now with the lining is very important. So just watch. So you see the way that's the right side, that's the wrong side, that's the lining side of it. Okay? So now, look at what I'm going to do. You see the way it is. I'll make sure that both the lining and the main gown are equal. Okay? So I'll first of all use pin to hold it at the upper side. Then I'll go to this down part, that's the downside of the armhole. So I'll bring the lining, see the lining, that's the right side, with the right side of the gown, front side facing front side. I'll make sure I turn it, let the two front side be facing each other. Let's go again. Okay, so you see it. Just watch what I'm doing. That's the right side, right side, right side. Okay, so I'll turn it, let them face each other. Right side facing right side. Okay, I'll hold it that way. Then I'll turn my line. I'll put my hand inside the cloth. Okay. Okay, still holding it too. Then I'll bring it out. So if there's any other method you can use to achieve this, no problem. This is the method I use and it worked perfectly well for me. So you see, this is what it looks like on the wrong side. That's the right side facing right side. Okay. So now I'm going to use my pin to hold it. Arrange it very well. Use your pin to secure it, making sure both edges are equal. Make sure both edges are equal. That is right side facing right side. Okay? You put it together. Use your pin to hold it. Hold it down with the pin. Okay. That is it about that. After holding it with the pin, then we get our hemming gum. We're going to use our hemming gum here. We'll get our hemming gum. Okay. First of all, I'm trying to secure it around with the pin. Okay. Just pin it down, because if not, it's very simple, but just use your pin. Even if you don't sew with pin, you see this place, use your pin. Especially when you're sewing for children. You know, the armhole is not always that deep. Okay. So I'm using my pin to secure it. Use your pin to secure it round. When you get to that place, that's the shoulder area, you see that it cannot move again. I'm trying to remove the stones. When you get to that shoulder area where it can't move again, what you have to do is go back to where you started from and start pinning it down again. Just don't worry, you're going to see it as we sew. Okay? So pin it down. Okay. So you see, like I said, when you notice that you can't move it again, it's no longer movable. Okay. So just do it round. After sewing it, you're going to like it. That is, the work will be very fine and neat. Okay. So I've gotten to that stage where it can't move again. Then I'll go back to where I started from. Remember where I started from? Now I'll start from the other side of it. Don't worry, as you sew, you understand what I'm saying. I'll start from the other side. See, this side is very free. I can easily join it together. Okay? So pin it down, the lining and the main gown. That is what I'm doing. Please make sure the edges are equal and sew with at least half an inch. Please, if possible, sew with 0.075 inch, because if you don't do that, it's going to pull out after sewing and it will be a very, very difficult work for you to do. That's resewing it. Okay? So you pin it down. After pinning it down, you get your hemming gum. The same way you pin it round, that's how you're going to use your hemming gum and place it round. As you sew, you put your hemming gum just like we did on the neckline. Okay? Okay, now we're going to sew. Like I said, cut out your hemming gum and add it as you sew. Okay, the way you've pinned it down, that's how you're going to sew it round. Okay, so now we are sewing. Okay, got into that area, that side I told you that you can no longer sew. Everything will be stocked. No problem. There is nothing to be scared of. All you have to do is to go back. If you know that place you started from, just watch what I'm going to do. You see what I'm doing? I'm going back to where I started from. You see where I started from? Okay. So I'll go and bring it out. Please, when you're sewing, make sure you arrange it. Make sure you don't sew the neck to the armhole. I know what I'm saying. You don't sew the shoulder to the armhole. So you have to be very careful here. Okay? So I'll start sewing from that place. I'll sew it around. You can still use your pin. Maybe after bringing it out, you start sewing from the shoulder. Yes, you can start sewing from the shoulder down to the armhole. Okay? So that is it. Okay, now we are notching the that armhole area. Remember, we've done this to the two sides of the armhole, both the right side and the and the right and the left side. Okay, so we're going to notch it down, just like we notched the neckline. We notch it round. Okay, we're actually done with our gown here. So you see how beautiful it's looking. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, okay? So this is it. So all I have to do now is to take it to the table, use my pressing iron to iron it out. The neckline, the armhole, those places I put hemming on, iron everything and to come out very beautiful. So see, look at how is looking. So that is it. Okay, I'm trying to trim out all the excesses I have, trying to cut out threads. Yes, in as much as we made an inseam gown, we still need to cut out all the ropes, all the threads, not rope, all the threads, all the excesses, need to trim it out. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do here. Like this now, our gown is ready. All I need to do is to iron out those places, the neckline and the armhole area. That's just it. Okay, so that's it about that. Okay, trying to trim out all the excesses. If you don't have anything to trim out, please don't trim or leave your clothes the way it is before you end up cutting it. Okay, this is it. So now we are ironing it. Want to iron it. I remember what I told you earlier, that you shouldn't iron the lace. Please, for no reason you should, even if you want to. Let the iron be very let it not be hot at all. You see now, I had to iron the lace. That's why I place a fabric on it. I didn't iron it direct on the lace. I had to place a fabric on it. So that's it about that. You see, that's the neckline. Use your iron to iron it. So when you iron it, that hemming gum you put will help it to relax. That's the reason why I put that hemming gum. Okay, so just iron it out. That's it. Okay, we are done with that. We are done with the ironing. So this is what I want to use and design this gown. Okay, you see, this is how this beautiful gown was made. Okay, please, thank you for watching. God bless you. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, God bless you.